So Megan is missing is, in my words, simply put, if you had to summarize it in one sentence, a parent's worst nightmare. It's about two young girls who are best friends. One of them is more mature, more of in the in crowd, and that's the Megan. And then Amy, her friend, is the less popular, better family unit. Hasn't been exposed to much of the evil of the worlds yet.
Okay.
But because of her friendship to Megan, she gets exposed to
The
a
evils
lot of
of
it
the world
very quickly.
Well, like, okay, just because she's popular, like, is so like into drugs and.
Yeah, I think she's Yeah, I mean, so the ages of them, they get it fucked up in the movie. I will mention this because they start out saying Amy is 13, and then by the end, I think they said she was 15. So they're like maybe in junior high, at best freshmen in high school, and they go.
Did you say freshmen's?
I have a lisp, and that's not funny.
No, you don't.
That's not funny.
You said it wrong.
I said freshman's.
You said freshmen's.
Freshman.
Neither is right, but
Freshman. Anywho's.
just plural, you know. When you.
Anywho's. So they're very young. And I just have to bring this up. Hopefully I can find a picture of this online, and I'm not too lazy to put it up now. One of the friends of the popular girl has a boyfriend who looks your age. I kid you not. Like, they couldn't have gotten a younger looking actor to fucking play this guy. And he has the same, like, meaty, like, construction hands that you have. Like, this guy is
hair?
fucking 40. Okay. And he's supposed to be the boyfriend of another 14-year-old.
Does it ever come up? It's like, oh, your boyfriend's really old.
No, it's just not even addressed. And he's like at one of the parties that they go to. Like, but with what this film covers, like, he could be a 40-year-old and they just don't ever explicitly. I don't fucking know.
Right.
But, so, you know, the popular girl, Megan, she does drugs. They have like a party that's at this guy's. He just has an abandoned house to throw parties at.
I have one.
And he only invites females, and the females pay to get in, which I don't know. You were in a fraternity. I'm sure you know this. It must have been the only fucking party in existence where all females have to pay to get in. They're paying $10 a pop to get into this abandoned house where everyone has to use flashlights because there's no electricity in the house.
Well, I mean, if it were an event or something, like a happening, whatever, you know, where it's super cool. I mean, it's unlikely, but it's not. I know you're looking at me astonished, but
if I'm a girl and this place is,
were they all like
they were all that age? Yeah, they were all those.
Old.
Yeah, exactly. Which I get. Like, you know, it's probably very difficult to get alcohol when you're a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
You, because you can't use certain words. They were in a grape dungeon, essentially.
Okay.
Which is ironic because of the ending, but I digress. This house is fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre levels of horrific.
Yeah.
So, okay, whatever.
Are there boys there?
So there's the main guy who like has Coke or something.
Yeah.
And alcohol for the girls, and they all like this guy. And then that boyfriend I was talking to, the 40-year-old boyfriend, he ends up punching Amy in the face in front of a bunch of people, and everyone thinks it's the coolest thing ever, which I was like, okay. So we're like completely out of reality right now, I guess. Megan ends up meeting a boy online, which for her, like, so one piece of interesting information you get is that Megan was assaulted many times in her life, but from the ages 9 to 11 by her father, this character at least.
Okay.
Which is like, holy shit. and like I just it makes sense to like why she's involved in this type of life now.
Yeah.
But I also don't think you would be very well adjusted. Not saying she is, but like she's also, you know what I'm saying? I think she'd be worse. Like
real
socially.
terrible impulse control, bad decision making.
Well, I mean, she does that. I don't know this, and it might just be something I'm attributing. I would figure you would be very bad socially too.
Well, not necessarily. No.
Yeah.
I mean, you may be overly trusting,
Well,
risk.
she is.
Yeah, I mean, like you're more risk taker.
Yeah.
Because, and I think that
sometimes don't you regress? You do.
Well, yeah, but you're
once you come out of that,
your mind will somehow form its personality from those experiences in different ways.
Okay, touche. That's why I kind of brought it up.
They've been abused a lot of times. They'll go. They're very hardcore drug users, and maybe she isn't.
But she's at the age. I mean, it's like it was fresh.
Right.
So it's like
Right.
Maybe given 10 more years, she would be gacked out of her mind. She meets this guy online, and it's not only just a catfish, but a online predator.
Okay.
Who's just trying to get her, in a secluded area, kidnaps her.
Talk about things?
Huh?
He wants to just talk
I
about
think they
things?
discuss some things, probably not things. He's actually not a talker. Then you get Amy is trying to find her. She knows about the boy that she met online. Yeah. Goes to the news. Whatever it says, his username was this. He said his name was Josh. So he starts like stalking her because he doesn't want her speaking out about this. Right. And I think wants a form of revenge as well. So he like nabs her from one of these spots that she's filming at that's like very secluded. And they said, well, this was film from the camera, because the whole thing is a found footage film from Amy's camera. These are the last 22 minutes. Before that, though, they found these pictures of Megan on a fetish site. And they are... it doesn't show any nudity. It doesn't show much, if any, blood at all. She's just, hooked up, and it looks like a freaking... when people would get... you'd have your head and your hands put in... A stock. Yeah. Like an up-front stock. Yeah. That had some thing to keep her nose up like this. Just looked like, what the fucking... Right. What is going on? That you know what I mean? Yeah. This guy's fucked up. You get the torture, the grape, of Amy, and then she's put into a barrel with Megan's dead body that has decomposed. It's actually a pretty horrific sight.
How big is the barrel?
Probably not actually big enough to hold two of them, but. It's besides the point. Right. It's a blue construction barrel. Yeah, is the best way I could put it. Yeah. And then he buries her alive. The end. So I
feel good movie, huh?
Yeah, I think as a parent though, it's like, what are all of the fears? Oh, I don't want my daughter to be assaulted. I don't want my daughter to get into drugs. I don't want her to be manipulated by boys. And I definitely don't want her to get
murdered
like that, just the worst way, because she's held in basically a dungeon, like a fucking medieval prison. You're right. Concrete dungeon for days, is assaulted, and then
what is this rated?
Oh, like R, or I don't know. I think it's unrated. I think it's not rated.
Okay. That's brutal.
That movie is disturbing. Slightly more disturbing than Happiness. I think it might have made my top 10, but it's not. We're not in the top 5. But as far as how good is it?
How bad is your top 5?
We've been over the Serbian film's number 1.
Okay, we don't have to. But I thought it would be in the top 5.
That's how bad a Serbian film is.
Okay, well that's one film. Okay, 5 means 5 different films.
Irreversible is also a bad film.
Okay.
Black Metal Veins is iffy. I thought it was real. I thought it was a documentary. If it's not a documentary, then it probably isn't top 5. Let me look again. I just want to see the top 5.
No. I shouldn't have said anything.
I rated the film a 1.5.
I walked into that.
It's not very good.
A 1.5?
Technically,
well, I don't care about that. I mean, is it a compelling plot? Is it a compelling movie? It sounds like it could be, unless it's just
the acting's
really
really terrible. Acting is really terrible. The two, like Megan, is the best actor, and she's like decent, and then everyone else is. Amy is second best, and she's not good.
Yeah.
She looks the part though. It is. You want to see it through, and at least the last 22 minutes, you're like, "What's gonna happen here?"
Yeah.
So you will watch it all the way through, and you'll definitely be affected. It's just not good.
All right.
I try to rate things. There's definitely subjectiveness. Like, did I enjoy it? But beyond that, how objectively good is it too? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Number 4, disturbing film.
A Serbian film, Irreversible, Martyrs, Sallow, and then Black Metal Veins. That's my top 5. Okay. Megan is Missing is number 7.
Okay. What is your 4th disturbing film for discussion before we go into a free-for-all /
Fight to the death?